processing and welding of plastic. And today we are going to deal with some of the welding processes for the plastic. Most of the joining processes or welding processes are similar as kind of the processes which are used for the metals or other materials. And in each kind of joining process or welding process, mostly the heating method or the process used for heating is only of the importance. Rest of the things are simple one and similar for the metals or other metals and plastics also. Just the way of generating the heat, because to join any kind of two materials, we require two things. First is heat, second is pressure, right? So if you are able to generate heat, and if you are able to have a pressure on the two components, two or multiple components, then joining is possible. Okay, so pressurizing will be sometimes through the machines, or sometimes, most of the times, manually, depends on the part. Okay, and heating requires some kind of technology, like some in case of infrared, ultrasonic, laser, friction, hot plate or hot rod or hot gas. Okay, so depending on that, the various processes are there. Now you might be thinking that if only the way of generating heat is different, then why we need to study all these processes? Because see, the requirement of each and every joint is different. Somewhere you required a clean and precise joint, like in a medical instruments, right? In a medical instrument, the extra heating or burr is not expected. Very precision kind of welding is expected. And that time, rather than going for hot plate or hot rod or hot gas welding, mostly the precision kind of weldings are preferred, like and ultrasonic or laser welding. Okay, in ultrasonic or laser welding, we can have a focus on the particular area. That's what is the difference. Or infrared welding. Okay, and in case of like induction welding, in case of induction welding, what is happening, that induction coil is heated, and that heating of the induction coil will cause heating of the material surface of the component. Okay, but that heating may go beyond the required surface also. It can heat part also, which is not expected in precision components, right? So that time, preferably it will be a ultrasonic or infrared or laser welding, like in case of what can I say, electronic components, right? In electronic components, everything is very precisely defined. In that case, we want the joining should be like a precise joining, and clean welding is required. Okay, that time this sophisticated methods are preferred. And when there are like a generalized joint, like plastic toys, in case of plastic toys, if you observe the plastic toys, uh, the joinings are not proper and not expected also, looking to the importance of the part. So that time, hot tool welding, hot gas welding is okay, right? So we have started with the hot gas welding. uh, Concept was very simple. The hot gas is will come out from this gun, and this gun will heat the material and the filler rod. Okay, it is as like a joining of the metals, right? And this the gas will be like an nitrogen gas or carbon dioxide gas. Mostly nitrogen gas is preferred because of the inert nature. It will not react with the both substrate material and filler material. So simple thing, v groove or that gap will be there, which is filled by using this filler rod by heating. Okay, like this way. This picture will explain each and everything. This is a hot gas welding. What you required here: source of hot gas and the filler rod, that two with the some pressure. Then we have seen, next was hot plate welding or hot rod welding. Concept was very simple. The two surfaces are fixed in a two fixtures, or one may be on the anvil and another will be on the moving fixture, and the hot plate is kept hot plate is kept, which is movable type, in between these two surfaces, getting, and the parts are brought to close to the that hot plate, and because of the hot plate, the surface will become hot, product surface, and then that plate is removed, and the parts are pressed together, and it will join together because of the pressure and the heat generated, right? That's what the concept of hot plate welding, or it can be called as a hot rod welding, right? But the disadvantage here is that, see, this hot plate is completely hot around its entire surface, so it will radiate the heat along the entire surface of the product. Okay, what is going to happen here? This entire surface of the product will become hot. Okay, which may not be expected. Okay, that's what the disadvantage. Localized heating is quite impossible here. Localized heating. Okay, so that was the issue. Then we have gone for high frequency induction welding. Okay, induction welding, a simple example I have given to you. Like we are having the ironing, or we can what we call hot pressing. Okay, so in Marathi we call it as istri. Okay, it works on that induction welding. If you open it, that particular product, there is used to an induction coil inside that plate, because at the bottom we saw generally a steel plate, okay, which is getting heated, and if you touch that plate you will not get a current also, because this is not directly in contact with the electrical cables. What is indirectly contact with the electrical cables? Induction coil. That induction coil is heated, and that will radiate the heat which is absorbed by the steel plate, and that that heated surface we are using for the pressing purpose. So this was the induction welding. Simple concept was given here. Only difference was that, like, see, in case of press or iron, there we are having a metallic surface, but here in case of while joining the plastic, see, the induction coil will not heat that entire surface. What we require some conductive or magnetic material which will have effect of this induction coil. So that we require here implants. We require here implants which are conductive and magnetic. Okay, so that magnetic or conductive implants will be heated by this induction coil, heat generated from the induction coil, and then it will act as a filler, and the two joints are uh, welded together. Okay, that's how the induction welding easily, if you can control the current, heating can be controlled. Okay, and these are the some of the factors which regulates the induction welding: power in the sense electric current, pressure, weld time, cooling time, and joint design. And some of these are the examples: sealings of the uh, food packets, right? These caps are sealed by using this high frequency induction welding. Then we have gone for laser welding. A very sophisticated, strong, and clean joints are possible by using the laser welding, because we know the thickness of the laser very in a micron. Okay, so possibly maybe CO2 laser or fiber lasers are preferred, and by this laser radiation, by this laser radiation, we can heat the particular surface. Now, if you check the hot plate welding and laser welding, in case of hot plate welding, what was happening? The entire surface was getting hot. Okay, but here it is not possible, or it is not observed. In the laser welding, a particular surface, a particular area, if you want to heat that, that laser is to be only focused on that particular surface, and it will get heated. Okay, like here, it is happening here. Okay, check the second image which is given at the bottom. A very thin rib is there in between two cylindrical parts which we want to join. Very thin rib which is shown with the yellow color. Okay, that is only heated. That is only heated by using this laser. Why it is possible? Because we can focus the laser on that small openings, small gap. Okay, instead of that, if you will use here a hot plate, what will happen? This entire surface will get heated. Okay, but this will not happen in case of the laser. And how the heat is generated? Heat is generated out of the three reactions. Any rays which will fall on any surface will respond in a three ways: absorption, reflection, transmission, right? and most of the heat is generated out of the absorption. As I told you, 80% of heat is generated out of the absorption. Some from reflection, some from transmission. Okay, because once the rays will incident on the surface, and when some part of rays are reflected back from the surface, the if you check the intensity of the reflected rays as compared to the incident rays, it is less. Intensity is less, that means it has lost his power. So where it has lost? It has lost it on the surface, and that power will convert into heat. Okay. In the transmitted rays also same case. If you check the intensity of the incident rays and the rays coming out of the surface by the transmission, there is a too much difference. So where that energy has lost, it is absorbed by the material, and that absorbed energy is converted into heat, which will lead into joining of the two surface. Right. So that's how the laser welding works. Okay, so very delicate electronic parts where we required strong and clean joints are possible with the laser welding. Infrared welding, similar as kind of the laser welding. Only the thing is that infrared radiations are used here to heat the material. Okay, and same thing will happen. Look at the first line: absorptivity, transmittivity, and reflectivity. Out of these three characteristics, heat will be generated, right? And it depends on the type of material, colors, filler, and other factors. Okay, as I told yesterday also, if black color will be there, absorptivity is more. That you have studied in your radiation part in your heat and mass transfer. Okay, so that's what happening here is the concept of infrared welding. Like, so infrared source will be there close to his which we want to join. Let me check some disturbance. Okay, right. Okay, so infrared source is kept close to the surface which we want to hit, and this infrared source will emit the infrared radiation. Out of that emitted radiation, some will be reflected, some will be absorbed, some will be transmitted, and then these parts are closed, brought together, and with some pressure it will be joined. Okay, so that's what the infrared welding. Okay, these are the applications, delicate applications, in case of the laser also and infrared also. Electronic parts, automobile parts, bumpers, lamps, dashboards. Okay, if you check the lamps and dashboards or the bumpers of the vehicle, preferably lamps. If you can check the lamps, you will not find what we call it as nut and bolt type arrangement, screw type arrangement. Okay, fastening will not be there. Welding is there. Okay, fastening. You check the indicators also. Okay, even you check the two-wheeler indicators, and at the two-wheeler indicators at the back side there is a black coat, black plastic, and at the front side there is a fiber plastic, transparent fiber plastic, and these are joined together by welding. These are joined together by welding. Okay, and not by using the fastening. Okay, so and for that these kind of welding methods are preferred. Then I think friction welding we have not seen. Okay, so we'll start with the friction welding. Okay, very simple concept. You can check physically also. See, if you rub your two palms, if you rub your two hands together, because of the friction, heat will be generated. But see, that heat level of the heat or intensity of heat is obviously less. But if similar kind of action is possible by using some mechanism with some high speed and with some high pressure, then that much amount of heat can be generated, which is required for joining, Okay, here now external source for generation of heat is not required. This will come under the internal source. This will come under the internal source. Okay, now what is required here? Now if suppose you will take these two parts which as shown in the bottom, okay, one is green and another is a blue, okay. So one part we have to hold in a fixture or in a clamps, and another will be rotated against the surface of first part, okay. That rotation should be along with the pressure, getting, okay. Now when it will be rotated in contact with the surface, right, not apart from the surface, in contact with the surface, when you will rotate that parallelly by applying the pressure, friction will happen, the friction will generate a heat, and once the sufficient amount of heat is generated, this part will be welded, okay, this part will be joined, okay. That time you will have to stop the rotation. Okay, let's see in the second statement. In this process, one of the substrate is fixed while the other is rotated with the controlled angular velocity. Getting, so as you increase the velocity, heat generation will be more. As you will reduce the velocity, heat generation will be less. Okay, so that velocity or movement is the way of controlling the generation of heat. Getting, so when the parts are pressed together, frictional heat causes polymer to melt and weld is created on cooling. Major welding parameters includes rotational speed. Okay, the first one, because as I told, increase the speed, heat will be more. Friction pressure, forge pressure, weld time, and burn off length. Now look at here. This picture will clearly explain each and everything. Okay, we'll start with the step one, which is shown at the top. Okay, step one, two parts are there. Okay, one is free to rotate, another is fixed. Okay, non-rotating type, non-rotating type. Okay, assume be on the time always. Don't be late for the lectures. So two parts are there. First one is fixed, another is a rotating type. Okay, this is hold in between these two fixtures. Now this will rotate and it will be pressurized against that rotation. Okay, now this is rotating and here it is in the step second. This is rotated and here it is a pressurized. And if you see the third step, and look at this rib, look at this rib where I am showing it with the cursor. Okay, so if you check that rib, it is shown with the yellow color in the sense it is in a heated condition now, and it is pressurized. Heated condition, it is pressurized, and at the end it will be joined together, it will be joined together. Now obviously if you observe this process clearly, you will understand that a clean welding is not possible here. Getting, see, in case of induction welding, you can easily control the current. Even at the micro level, also controlling is possible. But simply with the help of rotational speed, it is quite difficult to control the heat generated. Okay, so that this extra heating or burr is happening in case of friction welding. Okay, but obviously applications are also of that kind where you don't require so strain or don't require more cleanliness. Okay, only thing is that here extra source will not be required, and obviously because of that uh, what we can call as costing of the setup is going to be very less. Okay, so simple thing, two parts which requires to join are brought together. One is hold between the fixture, another will be a rotating type. Okay, by using mechanism, obviously it will not be rotated manually. By using some mechanism, the parts are rotated, the part is rotated only one, and another is forced against the surface of first part, right, and heat generated and the pressure will cause them to join together. Now advantage of friction welding are high weld quality and the simplicity and reproducibility of the process. Okay, because see there is no any as such mechanism. Even see like in a lathe machine, getting, in the lathe machine you have arrangement for rotation of one part, and in front of there is a movable type fixture, if you have observed. Getting, so one part you can hold in that spindle of the lathe machine, and another you can hold on the fixture which is kept on the ram, right. So with the help of simple lathe machine also you can go for this friction welding. So it is a very very easy process. Okay, limitation. It is suitable only for applications in which at least one of the component is circular. and requires no angular alignment. That is what the limitation basically. Because if you want to rotate, like you may be thinking that by adjusting the fixture, we can have square parts also. If shape of the part is square type, if shape of the part is square type, and if you are able to hold that part in a fixture, you can rotate that also. Getting? But in that case, see what is happening in case of circular or cylindrical part. A similar kind of rotation is possible at the all places. In case of square parts, it is having the edges, so the welding cannot be ensured at that edges. It will happen at the center and around that particular centralized area. But at the edges, it is quite difficult to maintain that joining. Okay, so that it is possible for other parts also, but preferably it should be a circular one. Okay, so that we can get a homogeneous weld, homogeneous joint used to make the thermoplastic manifolds for the automotive industry. I think I don't have the figure for that. Okay, so if you see the engines, there are manifolds are there. That manifolds are welded together by using this friction welding. And this is the last one, that is ultrasonic welding. Now ultrasonic welding in the sense vibrations. Ultrasonics, if you the word itself is explains, ultrasonic means vibrations. Again, this is a kind of like a friction welding type, right? So any kind of waves, any kind of waves, once it will impact on the surface, it generates the heat, because any kind of waves are carrying the energy along with that. When it bounce on the surface, when it will impact on the surface, it has to lose its energy, and that energy is converted into the heat energy. Okay, so here we are using, in case of ultrasonic welding, we are using mechanical vibrations. Okay, obviously we need a source of vibration or the vibrator knob, which will create the vibrations. Okay, so mostly the 20 to 40 kilohertz frequency is preferred for the vibrations. Now what is happening, see, vibrations are not of single nature, right? So alternative stresses are generated, like tensile stress, compressive stress, tensile stress, compressive stress. See, I will give you the simple example. If you hold, yeah, if you hold and wire, if you hold and wire, just a minute. Okay. Okay, so mic is on or not? Okay. See, so a simple thing, as I told, any kind of waves, any kind of waves can generate the heat. Just impact is necessary. Just impact is necessary. Once it will impact on any surface, it will generate and heat. Okay, so that's what the concept. What came into this? Okay, that's what the concept of ultrasonic welding. Now, see what I was telling, that alternative stresses, right? So I was telling an example. Just do one thing. We are doing it practically also. You know the binding wire, metallic binding wire. which is used in a construction, right? So that metallic binding wire. So or you can check that with the aluminum wire also. We are that aluminum wire is used in cables, right? That aluminum wire. So you just what you can call, mm, wind it and unwind, wind and unwind, or just give it a tensile stress once. You just hold it in a two hands, and once you compress it, then tensile, compress, tensile. That I mean bending, and again unbending. Like, okay, that way you will have to do that. Compressing, tensile, compression, tensile. Okay. If you do it that winding and unwinding, what will happen? And you check, you touch at the center of that wire, you will feel heat generated. You will feel the heat generated. Okay. That's how, that is the process we are using for breaking the wires. Okay. Normally, okay, when we want to cut that wire, if we don't have any another tool, then we are doing that winding and unwinding, winding and unwinding, and that's how the heat is generated, which will cause the melting of that, not exactly melting, but the bond will break because of the high temperature, and the wire will cut. Okay, that's what the ultrasonic welding is causing. Okay, it is generating alternative stresses, tensile, compression, tensile, compression, and because of this until alternative stresses, heat is generated. And that's what, once the heat is generated, our aim is completed. Because while joining or while welding, aim is to only generate the heat anyhow. Okay, that's how the ultrasonic welding is carried out. Okay, now these are having mostly, not always, but sometimes this is classified in two groups: near field and far field. Okay, keep it in mind, sometimes it is asked for the MCQ. If the distance between horn means what, that ultrasonic waves generator, out of which we are getting the ultrasonic waves. Okay. Now from where this is coming. Okay. So near field and far field. Now near field and far field, just it is divided into groups based on what? Based on two things: a distance between ultrasonic wave generated, which is called as a horn, ultrasonic wave source, which is called as a horn, and the weld surface. If it is less than 6 mm, near field; more than 6 mm, far field. Okay, I will show here. This is the horn. This blue, I mostly I am not able to understand the colors. What you call blue or green. This is the horn. Where is it coming? Okay, so this is the horn. Now the distance between this plate surface and the horn, if it is less than 6 mm, near field; if it is more than 6 mm, it is a far field. Okay, so this is having quite complicated setup, because see, you need to have setup for generating the vibration. Okay, that's why this background setup is required. That's why this background setup is required: transducer, converter, and booster. Okay, because this transducer and converter will create the ultrasonic waves, and booster will boost that waves as per the frequency. Okay, and this horn will focus the wave, it will focus the waves. Okay, now see in the second picture, this is shown here in between two horns. Okay, so this is what happening: tensile stress, compressive stress, tensile stress, compressive stress, and that will cause the generation of heat. And once the heat is generated, pressurize that two surfaces, and we'll get the required weld, we'll get the required weld. Okay, right? So that's what happening in case of the ultrasonic welding. Okay, only here setup required is quite, look here, here it is simple, a simple setup is given: converter, low power into high frequency. Because see, we don't, look here, in case of induction welding, power is important, because that power is converting into heat. I have shown you the that formula also: H is equal to I square RT. Okay, power is converted into the heat. Here we required frequency. Frequency is the most important, so that converter will convert power into high frequency. Okay, and this transducer will convert high frequency electric power into vibrating energy, and this horn will focus that energy on this surface, right, which will generate alternative stresses, and the welding will happen. So this is a plain setup. Okay, this is the plain setup for the ultrasonic welding. So see, though no any physical contact, so it is always preferred. Welding time is relatively short because you can control the frequency easily. You can have high frequency so that welding will occur very fastly, right? So welding time is going to be relatively uh, small. Applicable for both amorphous, semi-crystalline, thermoplastic used to blend similar materials. Okay, so material structure, material characteristic, or material nature is unimportant here, because see, we are not having any physical contact with the surface. We are generating the heat separately from the another source. In that case, the kind of material, the nature of material is unimportant. So the basic benefit is that dissimilar metals or any structuralized metals can be welded together. Okay, because externally generated heat limitation, horn size. Okay, that is the basic thing. Now if you check the horn size, I have shown here quite larger, but it is like that only, right? So if you are having complicated shape, intricate shapes, that time this horn may not be able to bring together, to bring close to the surface, getting okay. So in that case, that limitation will happen because of the, if the design is complicated, then the problem will happen. The process and tool must be adapted to the materials to be welded. Okay, so depending on this, we require to have this kind of setup, even horn also, depending on the design of the product. Okay, because of the size and shape of the horn, and even all the materials are not able to possible to weld with this setup, because they should respond easily for the alternating stresses, because heating is not very easy with this setup. You can understand that. Okay, direct heating is possible, or is possible with any kind of material. We can weld any kind of material, but this is quite difficult because material should respond to these alternating stresses. That's what the limitation. Food packaging, computer components, challenging and critical applications in standard disposable butane later. Right. So mostly where, I'll explain this point. Okay, mostly applications are in such areas where physical contact is not expected, like electronic components, food materials, right? Because in case of electronic components, if physical contact will happen, possibility of damaging of another similar kind of components which are close to that location, that is possible. So damaging of another part. So so that these applications are from such areas where physical contact of any setup is not expected. Okay, so heat should be generated in at outside by outside source, and then it will be welded together. Okay, so I think that's what there. Yes, we have limited time. I'll just come to this point. Ultrasonic. Check it here. Now we have, I think here only infrared has shown. What happened with the voice? Okay, filter paper. Filter paper. See, this filter paper is filter you have seen in your two-wheeler also. Air filter, air filter. Okay, now here you can check. There they have shown infrared. Okay, air filters. How air filters are manufactured, which are required in a two-wheeler and four-wheeler, any kind of automobile. Getting. You can check with your two-wheeler also. These are directly welded on that base part. Okay, this is infrared source. This one. Okay, how clean and proper joint is there? That is what the infrared welding is good for. You will not see any kind of screws or bolts. Okay, here also they have shown it properly. Okay, infrared. Here is also infrared welding. And this is here infrared source. Okay, here also air filter manufacturing. This because of heating, this is coming out like that. And see the cycle time also. It's too short. Getting, and you can manage here easily, control the things easily. Two wheeler air filters are. What is this laser welding? We have not seen anything for laser. I think another one started. Yesterday we have not seen for. This is a laser welding. Check it properly. Okay, here you will get properly. Always this knob is not required to bring in close contact with the surface. Okay, focus the infrared. Sorry, laser. What else I'm having? Mask. Yeah, that's what I want to show you. Let's check how the masks are welded together. Okay, now this is the recent trend, so that I'm showing it to you. Check it properly. This is not welding, this is stitching. Just see it clearly. Shields are right here. These are welded. Getting. Okay, simple. Mask manufacturing. Sonitech is the major player for the ultrasonic weld machines. What else? Injection molding. What I told while telling you the laser, three things possible: transmittivity, absorptivity, reflectivity. Check the color. Here is the black color, blackish color. So absorptivity is a more. Okay, any kind of weld. Check this. Cycle time minimum, negligible. Sure. Okay, that's what I was having.